Today we're beginning geometry by focusing on 3 different types of angles. At any point during the lesson, if you need more time, just press pause on the video. Right now on your foldable, on the front of the first tab, go ahead and write complementary angles right here. So press pause, write complementary angles, and then press play. Now go ahead and open up the flap that you just wrote complementary angles. On the top part, right here, go ahead and write the definition of complementary angles. Complementary angles are just 2 angles that add up to 90 degrees. So press pause and write this definition. An example is this. 2 angles, 60 degrees and 30 degrees, make up a 90-degree angle, which is also called a right angle. Again, complementary angles have to be angles that add up to 90 degrees. Right under your definition, go ahead and draw this example. So still in that top flap, you're going to draw the example you see here with the X and the 62. So pause now and draw this on your foldable. Alright, so now we're going to actually solve. How do we figure out the value of X? Well, I know that this right angle is 90 degrees. I also know that we already have an angle that is 62 degrees. So I'm going to subtract. I have a total of 90. I'm going to take away the 62 degrees that I already know, and I get 28. So the X value is 28 degrees. Again, make sure this example right here is in this top part of the complementary angles tab. Alright, so now we're going to go a little bit further with complementary angles. Now in the bottom part of your complementary angles tab, again, you should have the definition in that other example on the top. On the bottom part, go ahead and press pause and draw this picture right here. So you're going to draw it right here and leave some space to solve. So press pause now. Alright, so hopefully you have that drawn in your bottom part. Now I want to figure out the value of X. When we're looking for this variable, this missing angle or missing X, I can use an equation to solve. I have a total of 90 degrees. That's what complementary means, and that's what this right angle is. So I know that both of these angles, when I put them together, have to equal 90. So my first angle is labeled as X. So my first angle plus my second angle is X plus 30. Those 2 angles, so angle 1 and angle 2 added up, have to equal 90. From here, I can actually combine like terms. I have 2 x's, so they're the same variable, so I can combine them. So my equation becomes 2x, I combined this x and this x, plus 30 equals 90. So now I just have a 2-step equation to solve for X. Make sure as I'm solving this problem that you are solving it in this bottom tab right here. So to get X by itself, I get rid of my constant of 30 by subtracting. I'm left with 2x equals 60. I'm going to divide both sides by 2, and I get X equals 30. So my value of X is 30, or 30 degrees. So that is a quick overview of complementary angles. There are any angles that add up to 90 degrees. Alright, so moving on to supplementary angles. Go ahead, press pause, and write supplementary angles on the outside of your second tab. Now go ahead and open up that second tab of your foldable. In the top part, just like before, we're going to go ahead and write the definition. Supplementary angles are two angles that now add up to 180 degrees. So you're going to go ahead just like before and write that definition at the top of that supplementary tab. Press pause and write your definition. So an example of what this looks like is this angle. A 180 degree angle is just a straight line. So these two angles are supplementary because they add up to 180 degrees. This 30 degree angle put together with this 150 degree angles equals 180. Go ahead right now, press pause, and draw this example on the top flap underneath the definition. So where you just wrote the definition of supplementary angles, you're going to go ahead and draw the picture to the right. So press pause and draw that now. So the question is asking for us to find the measure of angle WYZ. So we're looking for this angle right here. Well, I know since this is on a straight line that it has to equal 180. That's my total. I see though that I already have a 60 degree angle. So I'm going to subtract that from 180 and I get 120. So the measure of angle WYZ is 120 degrees. This angle put together with this angle equals a total of 180. And 180 again is always a straight line. Alright, so you should already have this top part of your foldable for the supplementary angles tab filled out. Just like before, now we're going to move to the bottom part. So press pause, and in the bottom of this tab right here, you're going to go ahead and draw the picture that you see right here. So press pause and draw this angle right here on your foldable. So now we're looking to find the value of x just like before. And I can use algebra and an equation to solve. Because I know, since this is on a straight line, that these two angles have to equal 180 degrees. So my first angle is labeled as 3x minus 20. So this angle plus the second angle of just x all has to equal 180 because they're supplementary, they're on a straight line. Just like before, I see like terms that I can combine. Positive 3x and a positive x equals a total of 4x. I still have my minus 20, and that's all going to equal 180. So now I have a two-step equation, and I'm going to solve for x. So since this is a minus 20, I'm going to add 20 to both sides. I'm left over with 4x equals 180 plus 20 is 200. I'm going to divide both sides by 4. And I get x equals 50, or 50 degrees. So right now you should have this example written and solved on this bottom part of your foldable. At any time, remember to press pause, or you can rewind to hear something again. So our last section of our foldable is going to be vertical angles. So take a moment and write vertical angles on the outside of this third tab. Press pause and write this down. Alright, so now open up that third tab And just like we've been doing, we're going to write the definition at the very top. Vertical angles are angles that have the same vertex on a straight line. They are congruent. Oop. And the word congruent, if you remember, is equal. So press pause and write this definition at the very top of this foldable tab. So vertical angles look like this. They share a vertex right here in the center, and they're equal. So a set of vertical angles are these two right here, these 46s. They're across from each other, and they share that vertex. Vertical angles are also this angle and this angle. They're across from each other, and they share that same vertex. Now go ahead and draw this example right below your definition. So right below your definition, you're going to draw this example, labeling it with the vertical angles. So press pause and draw this now. Alright, so if we were looking for the angle DEC, there's no math involved. The angle measurement of DEC is 125. It is the same as AEB. They share that vertex, and they're opposite of each other. So lastly, in the bottom part of that vertical angles tab, you're going to press pause and you're going to draw this example right here on your foldable. So take a minute, press pause, and draw this out. Alright, so now again, we're going to use algebra to figure out the value of x. With vertical angles, I know vertical angles are congruent. They're equal to each other. So the angle 2x plus 6, since these are vertical angles, they share the same vertex, that has to be equal to 96, because its vertical angle here is 96. They're across from each other, and they share that vertex. Well, from here, it's just a two-step equation. I don't have any like terms to combine. So I'm going to get rid of this 6 by subtracting. My 6's go away. I'm left with 2x equals 90. I'm going to divide by 2 on both sides, and I get x equals 45. So with vertical angles, it's really easy. All we have to do is set the two angles equal to each other and solve the equation. Using your foldable in your notes, you're going to now practice and solve these 5 problems on your own. So solve number 1 now and then enter your answer. So number 1, I have a 90-degree angle. So to get the missing angle, I'm going to take my total 90, subtract 55, and I get 35 degrees for my missing angle. Now take a minute, solve number 2, and enter your answer. So number 2, these angles are supplementary since they're on a straight line. So supplementary is 180. Take away 130 that I already have, and I'm left over with 50 degrees. So my angle x is 50 degrees. For number 3, go ahead and set up an equation to solve for x, and then enter your answer. So for number 3, I have vertical angles. They share this same vertex, and they are across from each other. So vertical angles, I know I can set them equal to each other. So 3x plus 21 is going to be equal to its vertical angle, which is 102. From here, I can just solve my equation. So I'm going to subtract 21 on both sides, and I get 3x equals 81. From here, I divide by 3, and I get x equals 27. Now take a minute, solve number 4, and enter your answer. So I see that these two angles are complementary, which means automatically I can set my equation equal to 90. My two angles that are going to add up to 90 are 2x and 4x. Now I have like terms because I have the same variable. So I have 2x's and 4x's, so I have a total of 6x equal 90. From here I just have a one-step equation. I'm going to divide both sides by 6 to get x by itself, and I get x equals 15. Lastly, solve number 6 and enter your answer. For number 6, I have supplementary angles since the angles are on a straight line. So automatically, I'm going to set my equation equal to 180. And now I need to combine my angles. So the first angle, 3x minus 12, when I put that together, and I add my second angle of 72, it all equals 180. From here, I can combine my like terms. So I have a negative 12 and a positive 72, so I'm going to get a positive 60, and I still have the 3x. So 3x plus 60 equals 180. Subtract 60 from both sides. I get 3x equals 120. Divide both sides by 3, and I get x equals 40. Great job if you got those correct, and make sure you have made any corrections and fixed any mistakes on your paper.